Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The newly elected executives of the Central American and Caribbean Athletic Confederation will hold a strategic planning meeting in Nassau on the weekend of Thursday, November 2nd to Saturday, November the 4th. The Confederation has 3 events scheduled for 2013 to 2014. They are the Senior Central American and Caribbean Athletics Championships scheduled for Port of Spain in July 2013, the Central American and Caribbean Age Group Championships scheduled for Curacao in June of 2013, and the Central American and Caribbean Junior Championships scheduled for 2014. Most people are aware of the display of athleticism that the athletes from this region put on at the London Olympic Games. They won 24 medals, 8 gold, 7 silver, and 9 bronze. Gold medals were won by the men's 4 by 100 meter relay for Jamaica in a world record, 4 by 400 meter relay men's for Bahamas with a new regional record. In the 100 meters, Usain Bolt with a new Olympic record. In the 200 meters, Usain Bolt of Jamaica. In the 400 meters, Karani James of Grenada. And a new regional record, the only person outside the United States who's run under 44 seconds. The 400 meter hurdles, the Dominican Republic's Felix Sanchez. The javelin, Keishon Walcott of Trinidad and Tobago. And one woman, in the 100 meters, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, the 100 meters. Our desire in the Confederation is to improve athletics in the region, and the strategic planning which focuses on this. The Central American and Caribbean Athletic Confederation was formed in 1967. Dr. Bernard Nordage served as president from 1982 to 1990. Anthony Mingwell from the Netherlands Antilles served as president from 1990 to 1998. Victor Lopez of Puerto Rico served as president from 1998 to July of this year. Alain Jean-Pierre from Haiti was elected as the president this July. The other executives are the first vice president, myself, Alpheus Finlayson, second vice president, Ephraim Surrett of Trinidad and Tobago, third vice president, Jesus Molina of Cuba. The Central American and representative is Roberto Verdecia of Costa Rica. And there are 2 members at large, Esther Maynard of Barbados and Ray O'Neill of the British Virgin Islands. We are happy that the following have made a contribution to this meeting. They are Lennox Patton Attorneys, New Providence Development Company, The Paint Place, and Dr. Paul Hunt. We are still open to additional contributors. We'd like to say, ladies and gentlemen, that we feel that we have done wondrous things in terms of on the track and on the field for this region. What we wish to do is some additional things to move the sport a little further. You may know that one of the things that we have is the Central American and Caribbean Hall of Fame. And in the Bahamas, we've had several people who have already been inducted into that. We intend to continue with that and to continue with additional things to make the sport bigger in our region. Thank you so much. Any questions?
We just held the Coaches Congress last weekend, and now we're getting ready to host this CAC. Tell us the whole inspiration behind Nassau being the host.
Well, let me tell you that. We normally have a meeting every year wherever there's a major CAC event. Last year, or this year, it was in El Salvador. Last year, it was in Puerto Rico at the CAC Championships. And we would have one next year in Trinidad at the Senior Championships. However, we were elected on that Sunday, the last day of the competition, and we haven't had an opportunity to meet. Victor Lopez was the president, so the old president isn't there. We have a new president and basically a new body. So it was my idea that we had to do some meeting and some strategic planning to ensure that we have the continuation of what Victor did and to go further than what Victor did. And I actually wanted it to be someplace else, in the home of the president in Port-au-Prince, but he decided that people would want to come to the Bahamas, so we welcomed that.
Let's talk about your role as one of the first VPs of the CAC.
Well, there's no rule there. Traditionally, we were elected, and some people were given roles as you had competition, doing various things in the competition, and like that. There was no particular role. So what we wish to do is to form roles for people, have people doing different things, and go into different areas in the future. I'd like to say that you may or may not know that when Dr. Norris was president of the CAC, they did some wondrous things. They did some unbelievable things. As a matter of fact, they did the TOECS, that is the Technical Officials Training Course. They did the coaches training course, and the things that they did wound up becoming the things that the IAAF took over and really put in force. So there's some things that we feel that we can do, and that is our role in the CAC area.
What are some of the things that will be discussed during this planning meeting?
In the planning meeting, well, one of the several significant things. One is marketing. We have done so well in the region. But you know, Usain Bolt may remember that 7 years ago he competed here and it was the CAC championship. He wouldn't know who the president of the CAC is. For the most part, he don't care. Some of the athletes will know that they have competed in the CAC, the junior CAC, the senior C, and other things in the region. We want to ensure that people know what the CAC is about, who involved in the CAC, and what it can do for the various different countries in the region. The next thing is that we want to ensure that there is money. I'll tell you this, that is the most significant thing. You all know in the Bahamas, with the B3As, there's always a money challenge. And you know that when the Golden Girls won in 2000 or in 1999, people came on board to give the Golden Girls funding. When the Golden Knights won, as you know, all over the country, people came forward to give them funding. I don't know of anybody who, as a result of that, gave the B3As funding. And in the same vein, there is nobody who gave the CAC funding for all these wonderful things that were done. I am not saying that, that we caused it, but I do know that the competitions that we have, the CAC age group, the CAC junior championships, the CAC senior championships, most of these athletes have come through those competitions. As a matter of fact, Walcott in El Salvador, most people don't follow field events as much as they do track events, unless, you know, it's a great long jumper, great triple jumper, great high jumper. But normally in the throws, you don't see too much of that. And they announced that in his throw at the CAC, 82, 83 meters, an Olympic qualifying performance. And that lit up my eyes. And then the young man went on to the World Juniors and won. And then he went to London, and unbelievably, he won again. When you look at that, and he came through the program, and when you look at all the other people who have come through the program, from Karani James and all the rest of them, you do know that we've made a contribution. We just need to be able to do the things that we wish to do, be more financially secure, be marketed better, to be able to render the kind of service that we need to render to the athletes and the countries in the region.
Quick for just a general citizen or layman who is unfamiliar with the purposes of the CAC, what would you express to them as the primary focus of the CAC, and how would you engage someone of such to donate, possibly be a contributor with the little funds that they have?
Well, first of all, a long time ago, there was basically the Olympic Games. It's a long time ago. And in this region, we've had the CAC Games, the Games itself, from 1932, started in Mexico City. And it wasn't on a regional basis that we had anything other than the Games until as I said, 1967, just for track and field. There was not a track and field body. When you had the CAC Games in 1962, that was made up of people who were doing track and field jobs as officials, people who were organizing from the different countries. But you didn't have an organization particularly put together for that. And that came out of 1966. They had a meeting in San Juan in 1966. At the end of the CAC Games in San Juan, they decided that we would have an organization that would just dedicate ourselves to the improvement of track and field in the region. And with that in mind, just like we have the Carifta Games, there's a need for contributions for us to be able to do what is needed to be done. And as I indicated, for your information, we've had all of the events in the Bahamas. We've had the age group championships on 3 occasions. We have had the senior championships on 2 occasions. We've had the junior championships on 2 occasions, 1980 and 1988. And we expect that we would have more of the CAC events in the future in the Bahamas. But we intend to spread the events around the Caribbean.
What role would the CAC play in the upcoming Carifta Games in the Bahamas?
None really. It used to be that the CAC organization was responsible for the organization and have the vetting for Carifta. But that has switched from the CAC to NACAC, and that is what has happened. But a number of the people at the CAC, involved in the CAC, have different responsibilities in Carifta. As you would know, one of the individuals involved is Esther Maynard of Barbados, and she's going to be heavily involved in the organization of Carifta itself. So we have the various people who do the various jobs in the CAC, and as a matter of fact, Alain Jean-Pierre from Haiti, the president, he is involved in a significant amount of the Carifta and the other events in the region. Anything else? Well, thank you ever so much. Thank you.